part of mindfulness is knowing and understanding how these emotions that you are feeling, and being aware of them so that you can then release them. How can a teen recognize these symptoms of anxiety or depression in themselves and other people?
It's a great question. I think first and foremost, we have to get rid of the stigma that mental health is a problem, right? Like I said earlier, physical health, you don't think, oh, I have a hurt knee, something's wrong with me. But we start having anxiety or overwhelming emotions, depression, and we automatically think that there's a problem. So I think to start with is that every emotion is to be welcomed into our experience because they're part of our human beingness, right? And so just noticing that if I have anxiety, that's not a problem, that I actually can welcome it and feel it and not judge it. And I think that's what's key about mindfulness, right? We can finally let go of all the judgments and layers of conditioning that media or culture or whatever has ingrained in us. So we can finally just welcome our being and welcome all of it. So from my side, I think that I could have benefited greatly being taught these practices at a much younger age. I think everyone that works at Mindful Life Project or works in mindfulness education, we all feel like, oh my goodness, what if I would have had this when I was young, right? It would have really alleviated a lot of the suffering and also trained us to not avoid it, right? So a lot of us, when we're teenagers, we're avoiding those emotions. We're avoiding the stressors. We're trying to cope, right? So we know that the cell phone, for example, is a very addictive thing. And when a young person doesn't feel good in here, they're going to look externally to figure out something that'll feel better. If it's drugs, if it's alcohol, if it's technology and social media, they are healthy coping mechanisms, but all we're trying to do is survive, right? And oftentimes, instead of survive, we're in this constant state of wanting to be in a different space, different being. So I think every kid should first know that their authentic self is their real self and the self that we want to see. That you don't have to act any different and be anything different, and your emotions are to be felt, not avoided.